Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, 6-7, city councilors discussing how large your property tax increase will be. Millions for mental health, how the province plans to address classroom complexities. And a surgical sensation, how a robot is helping patients receive organ transplants.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
City councilors are getting closer to setting the tax increase for next year. The mayor has vowed to hold the increase at or below 6.4%. The council has just approved new spending that brings it closer to 7%. CTV's Jeremy Thompson has been covering this discussion all week and joins us from City Hall with the latest. Jeremy.
Well, Matt, the starting point for these budget talks, that 6.4%, would see the average homeowner pay about an extra $230 in property taxes next year. This afternoon, council agreed to borrow $11 million to help fund the city's tourism body, Explore Edmonton, when it could have avoided adding to next year's tax increase by borrowing that money instead, or by
I think everyone agreed that starting next year, we need to provide that stable long-term funding for Explore. So it would be coming on the tax roll, presumably next year anyway.
Councillors have debated a variety of cuts to trim the tax increase, $14 million worth on the capital side, including putting off demolishing the Argyle Velodrome and deferring new bike racks for buses. Council approved none of those cuts. On the operating side, there was nearly $8 million in proposed cuts, including holding back $2 million earmarked for vandalism response. Council trimmed just $440,000. When it comes to new spending, Council approved $25 million on one capital item, 25 new buses, which won't be on the books until 2027. Councillors are still debating $38 million in new operating dollars. Along with the money for Explore Edmonton, they approved a $3 million top-up for disabled transit.
This is just keeping up with the growth. Now that the ridership is at an all-time high for DATS, it's 6% higher than it's ever been before. Not approving that funding would have resulted in a service level decrease for people using DATS, and that was unacceptable.
Some of the other proposed spending still on the table includes $6 million for more peace officers, $500,000 for the infill liaison team, and $3 million for enhanced bus and transit cleaning. Now, budget talks are not over yet, but unless council can find some more savings, some more places to save or cut from this budget, they are looking at about a 7% tax increase for 2026, or just under 7%. They're expected to set that final number tomorrow. Matt.
All right, Jeremy Thompson live at City Hall tonight. Thank you. The provincial government is spending millions of dollars from the 2025 budget towards addressing classroom complexities and mental health issues. The Alberta Teachers Association says a re-announcement of already allocated funds doesn't go far enough to address issues in schools. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
We're giving schools practical tools to help ease the pressure that teachers face and, of course, help students thrive.
In an announcement that he says will target aggression, differing learning needs, and complexity in classrooms, Education Minister Demetrius Nicolaides says the Mental Health and Well-Being Grant will provide $69 million over 3 years to provide customizable funding to improve mental health in schools, such as staff training, external support navigators, wellness coaches, as well as specialized mental health classrooms, beyond the government's goal of adding 60 by 2027. Up to 20% can be used on individualized supports.
That is an investment in the holistic development of our students and in their future.
The opposition NDP and the Alberta Teachers Association say the plan doesn't go far enough.
These Band-Aid after-the-fact solutions, not recognizing the systemic nature of the problem.
Really what you had today was a re-announcement of money that was already allocated in Budget 2025.
Nicolaides agrees that while the money is from the spring budget announced back in February, he says the grant is the first time dedicated mental health funding is solidly in place.
Heading right out of budget in the spring and into the summer, we're into really detailed collective bargaining negotiations and subsequently a strike. So it was challenging to find the right opportunity to be able to communicate the information. I think this is an exciting moment, though.
ATA President Jason Schilling says the money should have been made available at the beginning of the school year. He says while support needs to increase, $23 million per year isn't enough to target the need teachers are seeing, and that the government hasn't asked for teacher input, relying on school boards instead.
We'll see what boards do with this money, if they can resurrect any pilots that they had started that maybe they had to get rid of because of funding, or maybe we could actually start hiring some more counselors for our schools as well.
School boards will be required to report annually to the province how they're spending the money. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A crowdfunding effort is underway for a family displaced by a fire that killed a 2-year-old boy in Clairview last week. Edmonton Fire Services responded just after 1 o'clock Friday morning. 2 other children were taken to hospital. An infant remains in critical condition, and an 8-year-old girl has been released. A woman who lived in the home is still in hospital with serious injuries, while a man was treated for his injuries and released from hospital. 2 others, a second man and a 10-year-old girl, were treated at the scene. The GoFundMe page set up by the children's aunt has raised more than $4,000 over the last 3 days. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. Edmonton police say no charges will be laid in a recent homicide. Last month, police found the body of a man during a welfare check at a home in northwest Edmonton. The medical examiner determined it was homicide. Police say the suspect has since died and no charges will be laid. They are not looking for any other suspects. A teenager in Calgary has been charged with using artificial intelligence to create child sex abuse and exploitation material. Police say AI technology was used to sexualize photos of girls from 7 different high schools around Calgary. A 17-year-old is facing charges of making, possessing, and distributing child sexual abuse and exploitation materials, along with criminal harassment.
This is not a joke. It's not a prank. This is the most extreme form of bullying and a criminal offense. We will take steps to stop this behavior. AI can recreate almost anything, good or bad. And the caveat we always use is not necessarily bad platforms, not bad software, it's bad behavior utilizing those platforms and software.
Police are not identifying any of the schools involved, as they could identify the victims or the accused. Edmonton police are warning people about a man harassing women from online dating websites and escort sites. Police are looking for Matthew Edward Williams, who also goes by Matthew Galpin, for charges of threats and criminal harassment. In 2022, police say a woman reported a man who she met over Tinder who was harassing and berating her over the phone. He stopped for a time but reconnected with her this year through another app. Police say Williams had similar warrants 2 years ago in Calgary. Some holiday travel plans could be disrupted as Air Transat pilots have voted to go on strike as early as next week. The union says 99% of pilots voted to walk off the job as part of their pressure tactics. They'll give 72 hours notice beforehand and could go on strike next Wednesday. The pilots say they want industry standard pay and better working conditions. The Oilers want to build off last night's game despite losing on home ice. The Oilers' next 4 games are at Rogers Place, and the team wants to string some wins together. They've only allowed 1 goal over their last 2 games. Stuart Skinner picked up a shutout Saturday and was in net last night when the team lost 1-0 to the Minnesota Wild. The head coach says the team can thank their goaltender.
Last 2 games he's played incredibly well, and anytime the goaltender's playing well, he covers up mistakes, and because certainly there were mistakes and we gave up some chances, but when the save is made, it's easily to you can forget about the mistake and it's not amplified so much.
Honestly, last 2 games have been great. I think those are some really good games that we can go off of and just continue, and if we do, I think we're putting ourselves in a really good spot.
The Oilers' next game is Thursday against the Seattle Kraken. Tickets for the Oilers skills competition, by the way, which is happening February 1st, go on sale Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Well, Josh, some snow falling out there right now. We can expect a messier mix later on this week.
Yeah, some more rain and snow in the forecast for tomorrow. We've had some really big, juicy, fluffy snowflakes out there in parts of the Edmonton area in the last hour or 2. We're at 0 right now, 0.3 so far for the high. I think we'll get to 1, maybe 2 for the official high once it's all said and done, as temperatures should hold or climb slightly through the evening hours. -11 for the morning low, pretty close to average, but a handful of degrees above average for the daytime high today. Matt, what did you call it? Sloppy, messy? Messy mix. We already have some of that in through the Red Deer region. You can see the pinks and the greens, and then it flips back over to some snow. We've had a rain-snow mix in through that area. You probably have some freezing rain along parts of the QE2 as well. Between Edmonton and Red Deer, it's pretty gross, I think, right now. Highway conditions are not in great shape. You get some reduced visibility with that snow falling out there, and you're dealing with some tricky driving conditions. Off to the southwest, you also have a little bit of some rain and probably some patchy freezing rain on side streets and some of the lesser used secondary highways in through that area. You'll notice we're right on the edge of this right now. So south side still seeing some snow, and south and west of the city you still have some snow. North end of the city looks like it's just cloudy, although off to the northwest there are a couple pockets here that will still drift through over the course of the next hour or two. I think once we get to about 9 o'clock tonight, that's all out of here. Cloudy skies overnight, and then the snow rolls back in for tomorrow. Snow in the morning, flipping over to a rain-snow mix or some showers in the afternoon. And again, should be a degree or two above zero tomorrow afternoon. Gets cold for Friday and the weekend, though. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, a former AHS CEO weighs in on Alberta's decision to mix private and public health care.
In a sense, the hospital system ends up as a two-speed system.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
The former AHS CEO is weighing in on Alberta's decision to delve further into private health care. Last month, the province said it will soon allow some doctors to work in both public and private health care systems. Surgeons will be allowed to offer elective procedures paid for privately. That's only after committing to a minimum number of publicly funded surgeries. The government hasn't released all the details yet. However, Stephen Duckett says Alberta should proceed with caution. 15 years ago, Duckett was CEO of AHS. Now he's a health professor in Australia, and about half the population there uses the private system.
In a sense, the hospital system ends up as a two-speed system. That is, if you've got hip pain or knee pain, and you need to have a hip replacement or a knee replacement, the waiting time for that is much shorter in the private if you go privately than if you go on the public hospital system.
The UCP government has vowed to put guardrails in place to ensure the public system doesn't suffer. We'll have more on Duckett's view of private care tonight on CTV News at 6. The University of Calgary is launching new training programs to build Canada's carbon capture workforce. The Schulich School of Engineering is launching a 4-course graduate certificate over 16 months. Courses cover carbon capture, engineering, and data science. This is backed by $11 million in federal funding over the next 3 years and industry partnerships. Academic leaders say the program arrives at a good time. Any West Coast pipeline deal with Ottawa relies on advancing carbon capture projects. Alberta House Speaker Rick McIver says advancing accessibility for Albertans with disabilities is an ongoing priority for the province.
Our province is home to thousands of people with disabilities whose contributions strengthen our communities, our workplaces, and our lives. Their leadership, resilience, and creativity continue to shape Alberta in meaningful and lasting ways.
Today is International Day of Persons with Disabilities. McIver says the day is meant to honor the achievements of people with disabilities while recognizing the barriers that still stand in their way. He says it's important to keep working towards a society where inclusion is the norm rather than the exception. Government ministers, the Lieutenant Governor, and several guests spoke at the ceremony at the legislature. Make-A-Wish Canada made the start of the holiday season a little more special for 15 kids this morning. Fantasyland Hotel hosted the second annual Trees of Joy event. The children were surprised with the unveiling of the holiday trees decorated to reflect each kid's unique interests and their favorite things. Organizers say the event is also about bringing donors and the kids they help together.
It helps to kick off the season, but it helps to remind them that the Wish kids that are in our community are their neighbors. It is their kid's best friend. It is a family member's child. It's for them to see that wishes are real.
Each of the 15 families will have their tree delivered to their home. Still to come tonight on CTV News, a light display in Edmonton giving the Griswold's house a run for its money.
He goes out after the season's over and buys so many more lights.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Sylvan Lake's annual Light Up the Lake celebration returns this weekend. The festival starts Friday evening with the lighting of the Winter Village at the Sylvan Lake Pier. Local businesses will be illuminating their holiday displays as well, and people can vote for their favorites. Now, you don't need to travel down the QE2 if you want to see some impressive Christmas lights. This home in Castle Downs is channeling the Griswolds. The owner says he waits until after Remembrance Day, and the whole thing takes about 40 hours to set up. He used about 148 strands of lights. They're not twinkling, Clark. The family has some tips for anyone looking to add to their Christmas light collection.
He goes out after the season's over and buys so many more lights.
He buys up the stock.
It's ridiculous. He comes home and he's just like, they were on sale.
You know, I've been paying my Epcot bill every year on time, every month for 25 years. Maybe this year they'll, you know, throw me a bone for 25 days here.
Maybe. Probably not. The family says they've received some letters of appreciation and even gifts to thank them for brightening up the neighborhood and fattening up those Epcor bills.
A real gift to the neighborhood.
Absolutely. Gorgeous. Josh, some snow out there, and then as we were discussing earlier, some more snow later on this week.
Yeah, snowfall warning in effect for areas northwest of Edmonton. That'll start overnight tonight, carry through to the end of the day Friday. Swan Hills region, maybe as much as 20 centimeters, which elevated terrain up there, the Swan Hills region. Not a huge surprise. Action Furnace River Valley Sky Cams brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right over, it's free. It's 1 in Edmonton right now. No snowflakes flying on the Sky Cam, but we have had some snow in western and southern parts of the city. Looks like it's still coming down on the south side. -9 in Fort McMurray right now. It's -2 in Grand Prairie and 1 in Red Deer. So a lot cooler through eastern parts of the province, milder further to the west. There's your snowfall warning. And again, this is a base level yellow warning. There's no snow in this region right now. You can see it's kind of cleared out a little bit. So if you're in that area and you're confused as to why you're under a snowfall warning and it's not snowing, it's because it's for overnight tonight, all day tomorrow, and into Friday morning. So the snow will come. You're just not going to see any here for the next several hours. We do have some light snow falling in parts of east central and northeastern Alberta. Some heavier snow south of Edmonton. You can see south side. It looks like maybe it's just started to poke just off to the south of the city. These pockets here, though, will drift through off to the southeast. So Edmonton, we're not completely done with the snow just yet. And you can see it's been flipping between a rain-snow mix south of the city, and that'll be the case again tomorrow. So roads are going to be sloppy mess. You're going to have temperatures around the freezing mark or maybe just slightly below early tomorrow morning, and then 2 or 3 degrees above zero through the afternoon hours. So as this is coming down, you probably have, again, some big fat snowflakes. That'll reduce visibility, although once they're on the ground, they'll be stuck to the ground. You won't have blowing to deal with, at least no drifting there. Also some rain mixed in with these pockets of snow that'll continue off and on through the day tomorrow. And you can see right through into tomorrow evening. Now, as some colder air starts to drop back in from the north, that will push most of this snow off to the south and west of the Edmonton area by Friday afternoon. So we still have some snow in the forecast for Friday morning, a break in the afternoon, and then this next system is really mainly going to target southern Alberta. Heavy snow expected in through those areas. Here in Edmonton, you might see a few pockets of light snow Friday night after a break there through the afternoon hours. -8 in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, 0 in Grand Prairie. Should be around -1 or -2 here in the city. -4 in Red Deer. -9 Fort McMurray. -2 for Cold Lake, but 3 or 4 degrees above zero in Grand Prairie, Whitecourt, and Edson. 2 or 3 degrees above zero in Red Deer as well as Jasper. And here in the city, we'll see temperatures around -1 or -2 tomorrow morning. Then that rain-snow mix through the day and a high of about +1 or 2. -13 by Friday afternoon as temperatures are falling through the day. Best chance for snow Friday, early in the morning, and then again in the evening. So it's not going to snow all day Friday. Cold through the weekend, -13 Saturday, but back to about -8 late Sunday, and near average as we get a little bit milder there for Monday, Tuesday.
Josh, thank you. When we return, Dr. Roboto, why an Alberta teenager's kidney transplant is considered groundbreaking.
It feels really good to be able to demonstrate that this is, feasible. And
CTV News at 5 continues.
On Thursday, the future could bring big demand on Alberta's energy grid. Could solar, wind, and nuclear play a role? Plus, cold weather may make us more sick, but not how you think. How to stay healthy in flu season.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by A Very Merry Pops with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
An Alberta teenager has become one of the first pediatric patients for a groundbreaking transplant surgery. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti explains, it changes how patients recover.
16-year-old Raiden Delaney has a lot to look forward to now that he has a new kidney.
I get to eat all the food I want. I get to drink all the fluids I want.
All things possible after having a robot-assisted kidney transplant last month.
Stop the remaining arm.
He's one of 2 Canadian teens to undergo this procedure, becoming the first pediatric patient. A relief after 3 years of dialysis.
I got emotional when I called my dad, actually, and him, just the reaction he gave me just made my heart melt.
This surgery was first performed at the University of Alberta Hospital on 20 adults in the past year. The robotic arms make smaller incisions for a minimally invasive approach.
what that translates to is faster recovery, way less pain, so less pain medication, less narcotic usage, and most importantly, lower wound complications.
That success has led the way for younger patients like Delaney to go under the knife. The recovery for him has been life-changing.
It's like a switch. It was it went from me being tired all the time to me wanting to eat, drink.
To see how well he is now and how good he's doing, and to actually get to see him enjoy being a kid, that's tremendous for me.
Dr. Levine says demand for these metal helping hands is growing with awareness.
It feels really good to be able to demonstrate that this is, feasible and it works well in this population.
Delaney is already looking forward to next summer, making up for lost time.
I get to swim again. I love swimming because, of course, I'm from Slave Lake, so we have all the swimming in summer.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.